thing to go on.
Yes, that's
Not
right.
just the words.
That's right.
So
that's right. So, how do you feel? This is your first con?
Oh no! This is my first con for this manager.
For this manager.
But I have a manager on the East Coast, so most of them have been.
Oh, so
there.
you're from the East Coast?
No.
Are you in Los Angeles?
Just a coincidence.
So you're in LA?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of this whole world? Does it kind of? Do you love them? Is it kind of a little too much? Will you sign this?
It can be overwhelming.
It does, huh?
One of the first ones I did was not a comic convention, but it was the Hollywood show.
Okay.
Which is more than just comics.
Yeah.
But that was a little overwhelming because there were so many people, and I was definitely not used to the enormity of the closeness of the crowd.
Yes.
But I learned very quickly that people are, in general, very, very nice.
Yeah.
Very respectful. And very few people are pushy or obnoxious.
And do you know what a big impact you've made on people, right? I mean, you've probably heard many times, like, do you know what you've done for my life?
Well,
do you know how important?
I have heard that.
There are a few of you. This is why I wanted to meet you so bad. You have no idea that. So just on the show, I can mention that I mean Shannon. She's the voice of Wonder Woman. People will automatic tweet or whatever, like, oh my God, can you please tell her? And I'm doing it right now. Do you know what she's meant to my life? I mean, I've had text messages, mail, email. You've done a lot for girls and both boys that had problems growing up, and you were like so important to them in their life and growing. You've done a lot. So I want, from everyone out there, they want to say thank you.
Isn't that wonderful?
You've done a lot for them.
I'm so grateful.
You've done a lot. So if there's any way we can pay you back, we will.
Well,
lasso, I don't know.
The fact that it has helped a lot of people is only something I realized later. Not at the time. And it's been like, it's turned into one of the highlights of my life doing this role. Because look what is happening now to women in the world. We are now really gaining our power. And that's what it's all about.
It's very important.
Quality.
You have social media handles people can follow, Shannon?
I have my own YouTube channel.
Wow.
And I do about one a month on any subject I feel like doing.
I love it. Okay, what is it? Because we're going to post it.
It's called Shannon Farnon, Wonder Woman.
We will watch it.
And then when you get there are several things to look through, and you look for the Shannon Shares list.
I love you. You're awesome. One last thing before we wrap it up. You talked about during the panel, and I was going to ask this, really pissed me off. The guy asked before I can even do it. The new Wonder Woman, I was going to say, yes, I'm very upset. A lot of people are that you were not on the island. You should have been included.
In Thermopolis.
You should have been are you sure? Are you sure you're Wonder Woman? You don't even know where the hell you're from. I'm just kidding.
Themyscira.
Yeah, you should have been in that movie. I'm very upset they didn't do that.
I should have been a woman giving her words of wisdom.
Just real fast, like honey, you got to do this. When she's a little girl, go, okay, mama or grandmama or something. And everybody going, oh my God, that's the original Wonder Woman. DC's so smart. I'm so upset they didn't do that.
Oh well.
But I'm glad. Anything you're working on? Anything? Just the YouTube? Push them there?
Right now, yeah. I'm not booked on another con yet, but I will be.
I will probably see you at them. I'm at almost every single one. Shannon, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. I love you so much.
My pleasure.
That was Wonder Woman. She's so nice and so sweet, and I love her so much. When you have a person IM you and then text you later on saying, hey, Aaron, she didn't call me Fonseca. She said, Aaron, it was a pleasure hanging out with you. Anything you need, please reach out to me. That is just great. So we talk about DC, how sometimes they make a little bit of mistakes, right? I'm going to ask you this if this is a mistake, okay? The recent ratings for the season finale were the all-time lowest ever. And they're still in the millions, but the lowest ever. It goes down every day, all right? AMC greenlights a third Walking Dead TV series. Good idea or bad idea?
I think even if they just do it for 2 years, they'll make some money and they'll be happy, but it'll be a thud. Right? Because what is this all about? Let's be honest. Money.
Of course, they want to keep this franchise going. It's working so much.
Right.
The series, which has no title yet, will begin production this summer in Virginia, and 10 episodes of its first season are going to air in 2020. A decade after The Walking Dead arrived. That is amazing. 2010 was a great year for it to come out. Oh, I love The Walking Dead. I did. It's just things have changed. It's different. It's not exactly the same anymore.
So what do you think this one will be? Would it be similar timeline? Going to be in a different country?
They're going to go like, they're going to be this time.
This is where
they're going to go. This they're
where
going to go.
Rick is right now.
No, they're going into the mind of the zombie. We're going to be the zombie this time.
Oh God, that'd be boring.
Something we haven't covered or talked about. Everybody seems to be fanatics and stupid for because come on, guys, they're just movie tickets. I'm talking about Avengers Endgame. People are actually bidding on eBay. Well, he says highest one sold for $1,500 so far.
$1,500?
Yeah, $1,500.
To be what, like reserved seating?
Just a reserved seating somewhere in the middle.
Okay, I need to know. Is it one of those leather seats, IMAX?
I just wouldn't pay that much for it.
Wait, which type of $1,500 ticket?
I don't know. I haven't gone. I'm not one of those ones to buy it, so I didn't go on to look at eBay. But if you look at eBay, go to ebay.com. You actually go on there and you look up Avengers Endgame, you'll see movie passes. People are bidding on it. But is it worth it? Well, for 3 hours, I guess so. I even told a lot of my friends. So we were going to go first. We were invited to the premiere in San Francisco. So this is what they told us. We talked to the movie studios that we see all the time, and they say, we're probably not going to do one because we don't need to promote it that way. So I was like, but we usually have to wait in line to go in. And so that's about, for that, even though, 4 hours early I'd show up, 3 hours, so 7 hours I'd waste my day for seeing this. I'd have to take a partner so I can go to the bathroom back and forth, stuff like that. But do you think it's worth waiting that long in line? If I got the passes, would you have gone to wait in line for it?
I will go a million miles for you. But if I'm doing for myself, no.
There's theaters you can see it in. They're not going to be in IMAX, but you can see it. Robert Downey Jr. actually says that nobody will guess what happens in Avengers. This is his words. Nobody will guess what happens. Maybe plot twists, some changes. And if you learn social media, which we're fanatics looking for everything that we can possibly find nerdy about any movie and like that, there's nothing been released about it. Even Spider-Man, the boy himself, they haven't given him a full script because he has a problem of loose lips, sinking ships. He has a problem of telling too many things to his friends. So he only gets a script that he needs to read that he has to do with talking with a person. The person's across from him that's really important, there are no names given. He just reads it and has to do it.
No, they've done a really good job, except the only thing is a lot of people like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans said that it was getting very emotional. You don't know because of the script, or is this maybe the last time them really being all working together?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and they got all their tattoos. You heard about that, right? All their A tattoos.
I tell everybody.
Everybody. All the cast has A's on there, except for Spider-Man. I don't think his mom would allow him to.
Well, they didn't tell me.
Aunt May said no. No, you can't do that. Can't do that too. And then for a final thing, I want to throw this out to everybody, especially you, to make you happy. Transformers 6 producer confirms Michael Bay is done directing the franchise.
Amen. Finally.
So, Optimus Prime, can you say it?
Autobots, transform and roll out.
Yeah, we're going to roll out, but the best thing is now we don't have to see any girls with low-cut blouses and any very sexually explicit scenes. And, you know, if he was producing our show, Your Nerd Side, we would hear this every moment. An explosion there.
Yep.
And then I'd go, hey, let's talk about this now in comic book news. And, yeah, more explosions there. And then the finale, like to end the show, go, welcome to Your Nerd Side. Big explosion right there. A little more explosions there. A few more there and there. And then it's a love scene. Might as well throw an explosion in there. This is pretty much how he directs. Right? Explosion there, explosion there. AMV?
Yeah, no, it's nonstop all the time. You're right.
Yeah. All right, that does it for the show. Make sure to follow us on social media at Your Nerd Side. Anything you want to add?
Yeah, so if you got so much of Your Nerd Side, and I know we talk a lot about movies and upcoming actors and great voice actors, but you want to be old school or and want that comic book, check out Paper Girls 27. It just came out. It's part 2 of the final arc. it's actually, if you check on some of a lot of people's less common books to read, is this one. Not number 27 necessarily, but it's about 12-year-old newspaper delivery girls set in a fictional suburbs in Cleveland, Ohio. And while out delivering papers on the morning after Halloween, the town is struck by an invasion from a mysterious force from the future. So something cool, a lot of arcs that are developed in the movies. And then if you want to that sounds a little bit left field, don't forget, there's also DC. One thing they've done it right for a lot of ways is we are still in Justice League, the Wrath of the World Forger. You're going to see a lot of people of your favorite teams from Batman, Hawkgirl, even Mira, The Flash, and also Super Sons. Can't miss Super Sons. You get a little Superman and a little bit of Robin, and thus you get Super Sons. All right, guys, don't forget to become your own superhero so you can help yourself and others. And Fonseca?
Hey, we'll talk to you next week. And on next week's show, we are going to be... Comic Cons. I got to start pushing those. I'm so sorry. Stockton Con and Toy Expo Con are asking us to start pushing those, and we will soon. I will get you guys next week.
And please don't forget to subscribe. Just press that little button on the far right side.
All right, we'll talk to you next week, and make sure to follow us. To find our affiliates and shows we work with, go to Fonseca.fm. Executive producer Brandon Rendazzle. Assistant producer Lisa Layson. Research, of course, AMV. Make sure to follow us on social media at Your Nerd Side. Follow us on all podcast forums at iTunes, Apple, Spotify, you name it, we've got it. I want to thank our sponsors, Kellogg's. More than 100 years, Kellogg's and their employees have worked to do what's right for the communities by creating great products. From cereal, food, you name it. If you want to find out more about Kellogg's, go to kellogg's.com. Also brought to you by Disney. Disney.com, Disney World, Disneyland. The possibilities for Disney are unbelievable. To find out more, go to Disney.com to see what they have and what they can offer for you. Skechers, the shoes you need to wear. The shoes that are awesome. SkechersUSA.com. You want to check them out and see what kind of pairs of shoes they have and what styles they have to offer. Twizzlers, Twizzlers.com. The candy everyone loves. You go to the movies, Twizzlers are the best to eat, and they're easy to sneak in. Twizzlers.com. The candy you love. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for listening to the show, and make sure to always follow us.